and everything did an interview, just left the ring. As soon as that thing was announced, I was like, whoa.
Anthony Joshua hits you with probably his hardest shot. You dropped and said, wow.
I was like, wow, that was nice.
Did he surprise you with his power?
No, but I mean, he surprised my jaw.
Talk to me about what your jaw feels like.
It's like a baseball in there. 4 titanium plates. How many do you have?
Just one.
Of all time, in every fight that's ever happened. But you look at those two separately, and you know, it wasn't their night tonight.
The boxing world finally stopped laughing. For years, people wondered what would happen when hype collided with a true heavyweight presence after Anthony Joshua faced Cohen. The answer was brutal and inevitable. Tyson Fury's reaction speaks louder than laughter ever could. This outcome was never a surprise. When a social media fighter steps into the ring with a fully developed heavyweight like Anthony Joshua, the result is damage, silence, and an inevitable trip straight to the hospital.
There's a lot of egos involved, if that makes sense. Like he said this, he said that, and I want this, I want that.
Dana White doesn't sugarcoat it, openly acknowledging that the size difference alone made the fight reckless. Jake Paul chasing opponents instead of equals was always a dangerous path. Before we go any further, make sure to like this video and hype it up so your valuable comment can get pinned. Against someone like Anthony Joshua, toughness doesn't matter. Weight, power, and experience dictate the outcome every single time.
I don't hate your brother. You guys need to fight guys your f***ing same size. When you fought Floyd, you are massive. He did hit you with a fucking bomb, and you fought.
Jake Paul lying in a hospital bed is the unavoidable consequence of this matchup. Years of confidence and hype collided with a level of power he had never encountered before. Anthony Joshua didn't rush or chase the moment. He applied pressure, found the opening, and let reality take its course. This wasn't bad luck. This was inevitable.
Hey, got out of surgery a few hours ago. They put a plate in my jaw, wired it up. Hurts to talk, so I'm gonna keep it short. Took the L, respect to the...
Duke McKenzie highlights the harsh reality. Jake Paul's bravado led him straight into danger, and Anthony Joshua capitalized flawlessly. The broken jaw was neither an accident nor bad luck. It was the inevitable result of underestimating a true heavyweight. Joshua's precision and timing left no room for mistakes, and every punch underscored the vast gap between hype and professional skill. This moment serves as a stark reminder that experience reigns supreme in the heavyweight division.
Because now he won't be able to talk like he does for a while. We won't have to listen to him.
Dana White is voicing what everyone in boxing instinctively knew. Putting Jake Paul against Anthony Joshua was reckless from the start. The mismatch was clear and unavoidable, with size, strength, and experience all heavily favoring Joshua. Dana's comments emphasized the dangers of hype fighters stepping beyond their level. This was never going to be a close contest. Anthony Joshua's power and skill dictated the outcome, leaving no room for surprises.
Jake Paul Joshua.
Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking bad idea. That's a bad...
Joe Rogan emphasizes the sheer impact of Anthony Joshua's power in real time. A clean shot to the temple changes everything, leaving even the toughest opponents stunned. Jake Paul is feeling firsthand what it means to face a true heavyweight, with the shock immediate and undeniable. This moment captures the stark difference between spectacle and reality. Joshua's precise execution left Paul dazed and reminded the world why only seasoned heavyweights can survive at this level.
Top, I mean, that was a full force shot to the temple. I mean, he's right now. So they wipe off his gloves, but you look at him like he's really feeling it right now. I mean, he probably...
Boxing ego perfectly sums up the consequences. Jake Paul's broken jaw in 2 places is proof of Anthony Joshua's efficiency and brutality. This wasn't about luck or a single moment. Every shot was calculated, precise, and unavoidable. It serves as a stark reminder that hype fighters cannot bypass true skill and experience. Joshua's dominance is undeniable, leaving an indelible mark both physically and psychologically on anyone who steps into the ring unprepared.
It appears after fighting Anthony Joshua, right? I made this graphic for you guys. You see it. Got his jaw broken in 2 places.
Care of me forever and ever, a little fucked up. But when you take care of me forever and ever, a little fucked up. But when you take care of me for
This moment captures the brutal reality of Anthony Joshua's knockout. Jake Paul's jaw, broken in 2 places, reveals the sheer force and precision behind every punch. The X-ray confirms what everyone witnessed live in the ring. Joshua's timing, power, and composure left no openings. This serves as a clear lesson in what separates professional heavyweights from social media fighters. The consequences are immediate, undeniable, and permanently visible.
Anthony Joshua broke Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places, and I'm about to show you the X-ray in a second, but firstly, let's watch the knockout. Right there, straight on the jaw, straight on the money. Even Jake Paul could not believe what happened. Jake Paul's jaw, you can see it is broken in 2 places.
Dave Allen summarizes the fight perfectly, acknowledging that Jake Paul displayed fitness and some cleverness, but emphasizing just how one-sided it truly was. Against Anthony Joshua, there was no room for parity. Joshua controlled the tempo, asserted his power, and dictated every moment in the ring. Jake Paul's effort could not conceal the vast gap in skill, experience, and knockout power. Allen makes it clear that the result was inevitable, as fitness and cleverness can only take you so far when facing a true heavyweight like Anthony Joshua.
Well, the fight was, it weren't a fight, was it? We were really, really one-sided. Jake Paul, yeah, I've got to give him credit, really, because he's super fit. He's pretty clever, really. Like, he'd make a good, good journey.
Anthony Joshua's words convey respect while emphasizing his dominance. He acknowledges Jake Paul's heart and spirit, but stresses that these qualities cannot substitute for experience and power. Joshua controlled the fight from the opening bell, managing distance and landing precise, punishing shots. Every time Paul attempted to recover, he faced the harsh reality of going up against a true heavyweight. Joshua's measured assessment highlights the gap between effort and capability. Heart alone cannot sustain a fighter in the heavyweight ring when a professional like Anthony Joshua is operating at full capacity.
Tonight, Jake has spirit. He has some heart. He tried his best, and I take my hat off to him because, number one, a lot of fighters haven't got in the ring with me.
Joseph Parker breaks down Anthony Joshua's strategy perfectly. He patiently studied Jake Paul, identified openings, and then unleashed his power with precision. This was not a reckless attack. It was calculated dominance. Every move Joshua made displayed experience, timing, and control, while Paul's attempts to evade could not overcome the methodical dismantling. Parker's analysis captures the essence of the fight. Technique, patience, and devastating power define a true heavyweight. This contest was never about luck. It was a clear demonstration of Anthony Joshua controlling every aspect of the ring.
What you have to do, it took him a while to get it. You had to break him down and chase him down and unleash his powerful.
Ariel Wani captures the tension and danger Anthony Joshua brings to every exchange. His reach, power, and timing make him intimidating for anyone who steps into the ring, with each punch carrying the potential to end the fight instantly. Jake Paul faced a level of skill and physicality he had never experienced before. Wani emphasizes that the fight wasn't just about landing punches, but about surviving against a man in his prime with terrifying precision. Joshua's dominance is clear in the fear and respect he commands from commentators and fellow fighters alike.
And every time he threw a punch, I like winced because he's a big man and he's an incredible boxer and he's still in his prime and he's got a very long reach and he's got a lot of power in that right hand and that left hook is terrifying as well, and so I thought it could end at any moment.
Vitaly Riley highlights the broader significance of Anthony Joshua's victory. Beyond the knockout and sheer domination, Joshua reached new audiences, showcasing his power and skill to those who may not closely follow heavyweight boxing. The fight served as both an exhibition and a statement. While Jake Paul drew attention, Joshua reinforced his status as an unstoppable force. Riley underscores that this one was more than just a fight result. It was a cultural and professional statement that expanded Joshua's influence across the sport.
AJ's win today was the exposure to more people, even though he's mad famous, as we know, like there's a community he hasn't touched, and I think he touched that community today.
Carl Froch exposes the futility of Jake Paul in this matchup. Despite being in the ring for several minutes, Paul barely landed a meaningful punch, while Anthony Joshua dictated the pace and maintained relentless pressure. Survival became his only realistic strategy. Every shot Joshua delivered was precise and powerful, underscoring the vast gap between hype and professional experience. Froch essentially summarizes that talent, timing, and technique always outweigh bravado. This served as a harsh lesson for Jake Paul and a clear demonstration of why entering a heavyweight ring unprepared is perilous. Anthony Joshua's dominance was methodical, terrifying, and completely inevitable.
Joshua swinging away, landing. What's he done? He's had 18 minutes and landed 2 shots, and he's gone on survival mode.
Eddie Hearn offers insight into the fight's dynamics, noting that while Jake Paul displayed toughness and movement, Anthony Joshua's skill and power proved overwhelming. The early rounds tested patience and timing, and once Joshua found an opening, he executed with lethal precision. Breaking Jake Paul's jaw was not merely an outcome. It was the result of controlled, professional technique. Hearn admires Paul's resilience, but underscores the inevitability of Joshua's dominance. The fight served as a clear demonstration of what separates a true heavyweight from a promoted social media fighter, with every action highlighting the gap in preparation, power, and ring intelligence.
A couple of rounds to get hold of him, and then he knocked him spark out and broke his jaw. It was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe, because Jake was moving so much, holding.
Logan Paul acknowledges the toughness Jake Paul showed, but the commentary underscores the brutal reality. Stepping into the ring with Anthony Joshua is not determined by effort or courage alone. Joshua's precision, power, and timing control every outcome, and any mistake is punished immediately. Jake Paul's injuries, including a broken jaw and ankle issues, highlight the stark gap between hype and true heavyweight skill. Logan's point is clear. Toughness only carries you so far against a professional of Joshua's caliber. The fight exposed the limits of social media confidence when confronted with calculated technique and raw power. Anthony Joshua's dominance was absolute, and even the bravest effort could not change the inevitable result.
I think he won 4 of them. People argue that. He at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fucking fighting, man. Like, that's toughness. You know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet. He was 40 pounds heavier than him. He's 60.
Wade Pomones provides a detailed analysis of the fight, highlighting Jake Paul's survival tactics and Anthony Joshua's commanding performance. While Paul tried to create openings and extend the rounds, Joshua remained fully in control. Even when his execution didn't appear flawless, every punch carried the threat of serious consequences. The fight showcased Joshua's adaptability and Paul's desperate attempts to endure, but Wade emphasizes that in the heavyweight division, skill, power, and precision always prevail. The stark contrast between expectation and reality reinforced why Anthony Joshua remains one of the most feared heavyweights in the world.
I think Jake fought a very, how do I survive long enough to land a right hand type of fight, and it made it a little difficult for AJ to get his timing. No excuses. AJ didn't look great. I'll be honest. He didn't look great. He didn't look like, an AJ we thought we were going to get, the marauder, the guy that was going to come forward and bang out Jake in one round.
Anthony Joshua hasn't just won a fight. He has sent a message that resonates across the boxing world. The outcome was inevitable, yet its finality was shocking. Jake Paul entered the ring with courage, but no level of preparation can overcome the skill, power, and timing of a seasoned heavyweight. Every punch landed with precision, and every movement served as a reminder that experience always trumps hype. This fight was both a spectacle and a moment of truth, delivering a brutal lesson to anyone who thinks confidence can replace mastery. Anthony Joshua demonstrated why he is a force to be reckoned with, as the world witnessed social media bravado collide with real heavyweight skill, producing an absolute result. Fans are already debating what this means for future matchups. Could Joshua face Tyson Fury next, or will another crossover challenge emerge? Anyone stepping up must be ready for the consequences. Comment below on who you think could even survive a round with Anthony Joshua.